If the vote were today, Washington's Jonah Coleman would win the Heisman, and Hank Beatty from Illinois would be the runner-up. Don't believe me? I'll convince you. Locked On Big Ten starts right now.
You are Locked On Big Ten, your daily podcast on the Big Ten Conference. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome to Locked On Big Ten. I'm Craig Sheeman, 40 years as a sports talk show host and play-by-play announcer. And I want to thank you for making us your first listen each and every day. We're free and available wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Hey, hit that free subscribe button down below. That way you'll never miss a single episode. You'll be in the club with us, all right? And also, if you could share, like, and follow, because that helps us out too. Plus, you can hype your YouTube videos as well. So Washington and Illinois have some real Heisman contenders, I think. Jonah Coleman and Hank Beatty, they're for real. Plus, we'll tell you what's coming up next on our live Saturday broadcast and how we're going to manage all that. But for now, it's never too early to start talking about the Heisman Trophy. That's what we do with college football. We talk about it all year long. And now the summer's over. We got a couple weeks under our belt here. I think some people are changing their minds, their opinions. No more Arch Manning this, Arch Manning that, thanks to Ohio State's defensive effort against Texas. But what about Washington's Jonah Coleman and Illinois' Hank Beatty? So since Washington plays on the West Coast, a lot of people might not see him play. It's always a hindrance, I think, for players that play out West, unless you're at a team with a national brand like USC or something like that. But I would argue that if the vote were today, and if voters were truly up to speed on performance and stats, Washington's Jonah Coleman would win the Heisman hands down as the most outstanding player in the country. So the Huskies, their season opener, they beat Colorado State. They won 38-21. Coleman rushed 24 times for 177 yards and 2 touchdowns. He averaged 7.4 yards per carry. Made a 22-yard catch to throw in there as well. Oh, by the way, he returned a kick 26 yards. So that's a Heisman-worthy type game if you can extend that throughout the season. Then their week 2 win came along, and yeah, granted it was UC Davis. They beat him 70-10. But look, and my argument always is, if you're going to play a lesser school or a cupcake, blow them out. That means you're probably still pretty good. If you, and it's not always great for college football, I will admit it. But if you play UC Davis and you only win like 30-10, maybe that's a red flag. So they beat them 70-10. I think everything's on cruise control. But here's the thing. Jonah Coleman in this game only carried the ball 15 times. He scored 5 touchdowns. 5 out of 15. That's pretty good. So, and he totaled 111 yards. That, by the way, still a 7.4 yard per carry average, just like in week 1. He matched that. Caught another pass for another first down, 24-yarder. His 7.4 yards per carry in the 2 games, if he maintains it, will be more than Heisman runner-up Ashton Jeanty from 2024. Again, competition is going to get tougher. That number will come down. But how much? How much? We'll see. Huskies got the week off. They're getting ready to play their rival Washington State. And then Coleman will be tested against the best defense in the country when number 1 Ohio State comes to Husky Stadium. That's going to be your real test. And if he puts up another 100-yard day and scores some touchdowns, okay. You got to start paying attention to this guy. All right? I mean, that would be a big statement. So we're looking forward to that. Ohio State and Washington coming up in a couple of weekends. By then, if that happens, then the national media will start jumping on him. But you and me, we got a heads up on this guy because we talk about this stuff now. He's not the only Big Ten player that's caught my attention in this manner. Let's go to Illinois. Have any of you seen wide receiver Hank Beatty play? He has been nothing short of phenomenal in the first 2 weeks. Illinois opened up against Western Illinois. They won handily 52-3. Another one of those blowout games. But Beatty made history in that game. He returned a punt 69 yards, and he totaled 133 yards on punt returns on 4 carries. The 133 yards, it broke some guy named Red Grange. Yeah, that guy, legend Red Grange's 102-year-old record. He broke that, but that wasn't enough. He also had 5 catches for 108 yards. All right, not bad. Got a lot of attention. Got our attention. We talked about him here on Locked On Big Ten. Then for an encore, the next week, Illinois, they go over to Duke, a road game. Admittedly, struggled in the first half, only up by 1. End up winning the game 45-19. And Batty caught 8 more passes for 128 yards. And he rushed another time for a 25-yard touchdown. Again, this guy's a triple threat and a guy that you got to pay attention to. So Illinois' got Western Michigan this weekend. And then after that, Beatty's going to get some national attention. Again, both these players, Jonah Coleman and Hank Beatty, we're giving you about a 2-week heads up here. Now, if you're a Washington fan and you're an Illinois fan, a diehard, you already know this stuff. With the national audience, let's talk about it here today. And then in a couple of weeks, both these guys have huge marquee national games. If they perform well, then some people are going to start to notice. So you're ahead of the curve with me on this. But after this weekend, when they've got their game against Western Michigan, Beatty's going to have the national spotlight on him for the Illinois game in Bloomington against Indiana. Couple of top teams, ranked teams. Indiana's ranked. Illinois is inside the top 10. And going to be primetime Big Ten Saturday night on NBC, 7:30. I'm going to tell you right now, we'll go live after that game. Absolutely, we will. There's a lot to talk about because I think the winner of that game has the inside track to get. I think there's going to be 4 Big Ten teams in the playoffs again. I think the winner of this game got the inside track for that 4th spot. The loser's going to have some work to do. Both teams have manageable schedules the rest of the way, but whoever loses is going to have the loss and the tiebreaker to overcome moving through the rest of the way. So that's a huge game coming up. But I would love to hear from Huskies fans about Jonah Coleman and what you think and, what maybe the national media hasn't picked up on yet. And Hank Beatty, I want to hear from Illinois fans. Let's hear it. Let's talk about these guys. They deserve the attention. And the more attention they get early on, the more that could snowball if they start having some great performances on national TV. So I love your comments there. Now, also, if you are new to us here, we're here every day. I like to say we have the most unique Big Ten podcasts in the country because, first of all, we're audio and video on YouTube. The very audio from the YouTube podcast is on audio, Apple or Spotify, however you get your podcasts, if you prefer. We ask you to subscribe and download. That helps us out. Plus, you'll never miss a single episode if you do that. And also, if you could share, follow, and like, hit that little share arrow and send this off to a friend. Because I always say, if you're a Big Ten fan, I know you know other Big Ten people. You like to talk, right? And maybe they're in your family, maybe they're your roommate, maybe you're a family member, friend, whatever. Let them know we're out here every single day. Word of mouth, hit the share button. Because a lot of people still discovering us each and every day here at Locked On Big Ten. All right, so a couple things. We have a website, talkbig10.com. That's with the number 10. All of our podcasts go there. Plus, we have links there from your favorite Big Ten schools where you can get merchandise there at a great deal and have some school spirit for the rest of the year. You want a Jonah Coleman jersey? You want a Hank Beatty jersey? That's where you get it. Hats, T-shirts, all that stuff. Plus, all of our podcasts go there and get archived as well. So we do that every day. But I'm going to tell you another thing we do. Every weekend, we go live after one particular game on the weekend. It's great because you get my immediate unfiltered reaction. I get yours too. Live, real-time comments that I can see on the screen. And I love talking about it. I'll tell you how we're going to handle this weekend in our live broadcast. That's all going to come up here in just a minute as we continue on Locked On Big Ten. DoorDash delivers. That's right. So we took time to take a look at this week's MVP. It's going to be Jonah Coleman with his amazing 5-touchdown performance. So he delivered. Who else delivered? Well, this is powered by DoorDash. Just like you can win every Saturday with DoorDash streaks, saving more every time you order. These players delivered when it mattered most. So we'll break it down. Again, 15 carries, 5 touchdowns. I've never heard of that before for Jonah Coleman and Washington. And just like he delivered, so does DoorDash. That's right. And DoorDash delivers on Saturdays, so you can start your DoorDash streaks on Saturdays. That's right. You save every Saturday that you order. Stack them all up all season long. You can save up to $250, including $100 in DoorDash credits. Order this Saturday. Keep the streak alive or start one. Fuel your game day only with DoorDash. Terms apply. This promo runs through November 18th. The excitement of games is fun because we're sports fans, but if you got a little something on it, FanDuel can make it even more exciting. Look, the NFL season is here, and FanDuel is making sure that you're ready for the next kickoff with this can't-miss offer. Right now, new customers can bet just $5, and if that $5 bet wins, you'll get $300 in bonus bets across the app that you could use. And there are plenty of things, easy things to find. Your favorite teams, games, all that, prop bets, point spreads, over-unders, parlay them, futures bets, predict who's going to win the Super Bowl. All right there. Easy to navigate. And the payback is quick and easy when you win. So, you ready to play yet? Download the FanDuel app now by visiting FanDuel.com and get started. That's FanDuel.com to place your first $5 bet. Mazda crafts cars for those who do more than simply move. Mazda delivers confidence with every ride, safety awards, from footwork to breath work, athletes sweat all the details, and Mazda brings the same intention on how they craft every model. You can feel Japanese craftsmanship in every detail, from the metallic accents available, Napa leather upholstery as well, and you can make everyday drives feel like anything but everyday drives. Smooth handling, intuitive controls, with all-wheel drive standard in every crossover SUV, you can drive with confidence through almost any season. Thanks for checking us out here on Locked On Big Ten. All right, as you can see on video on the scroll on the bottom, we're going to go live after the Wisconsin-Alabama game here. Again, my immediate reaction and yours too. Not just that game. There's 5 Big Ten games at noon this weekend. They'll all be ending at the same time. It's going to be fast and furious and crazy and fun. And we invite you to join us for all of that. So, again, this will be about 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific-ish. We're going to keep an eye on the Wisconsin-Alabama game, and when that winds down on ABC, we're going to jump in and go live. However, we may massage it a minute or two, waiting for the Oregon-Northwestern game to end. That's the big noon Fox game as well. Michigan is hosting Central Michigan on the Big Ten Network at that time. They'll be winding down. We'll see how Michigan does without Sharon Moore due to the suspension. Nebraska and Maryland will be winding down their respective games as well. So we got 5 Big Ten games, winding it down around 3:30-ish. That's when we're going to go live. We're going to talk about them all. We're going to preview the games coming up later on in the day, but we love going live on Saturdays. You guys love it too. We've been a big part of it, and we always appreciate that. In the meantime, many ways for you to interact with this podcast. There's Twitter or X at Talk Big Ten with the number 10. There's our website, talkbig10, 10.com. We'll have our podcast go, plus links to buy your favorite team's merchandise there from Big Ten. But whatever you do, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. That helps us. That helps you. We're all in the same Big Ten club together, and that way you'll never miss a single episode. And if you could share, follow, and like, that would help us out as well. And in another cool thing that Locked On is doing, college football fans, Locked On and Fire TV, presenting the college football kickoff, your ultimate college football weekly preview. Drake Toll from Locked On Big 12 leads the conversation alongside 2-time AP Coach of the Year, Gary Patterson, and former college star Jesse Holley, and Locked On's local experts breaking down games, giving you their unique insight. The college football preview only that Locked On can deliver. Catch the college football kickoff every Thursday throughout the season, only on Fire TV. That'll do it for us. Tomorrow, we got Pigskin Picks. We're on the record. We're breaking down every single game. We got 2 Big Ten teams in action on Friday. Can't wait. Join us then. Thanks for joining us here today. I'll talk to you next time. For Locked On Big Ten, I'm Craig Sheeman.